Hello, good morning. How are we all doing? What's going on? The gamers? A little bit slow for it to pick it up. I don't know what does that. It takes a while. But Happy New Year. Welcome back, everyone. Great to see you all this morning and great to be back home and back able to live stream for you all. Joe, how are you, mate? Good to see you. Chinook, good morning, buddy. How are you? Carson, good morning to you. Nick, hello as well. Aussie Odd, good afternoon, mate. Nice to have you here. Hello, Mark Thor. Scott Free for All. Christoph, Jos, Mark, all popping in. Good morning, Happy New Year, welcome along. Nice to see you, nice to see you. Hey, Simulation Station, welcome. So we're here, back on Chilliwack after my, well, I would say disastrous maize harvest. But we got the, what do you call that, silo full, which is good. And I've actually had a bit of a play around, and I haven't saved it yet, but I have a solution for the blower. And that is these suckers. Where are they? This one here, case 600, and there's also a New Holland exactly the same as what we've got. F62B, and these were released by BSL Modding on Facebook and their itch.io over the holidays, and it's got a bigger trigger out there. And I've actually discovered I had a bit of a play around with it without saving it, but I can use auto drive. It detects the trigger. So that is a, I'm very happy with that. An awesome solution. So now we just have to have a chat to Dairy Deer about his, about these carts and figure out why that axle was breaking all the time. But other than that, I'm happy. That got sorted. And now I just need to figure out what we can do with getting rid of the maize. But I thought we'd come in here and go and do a little bit of different work, which is going over and ripping up some ground with the versatile and heading on to planting some alfalfa, because as I was looking at all the maize plus permutations, we need hay. We've got two options for hay, which is grass or alfalfa, and I thought let's do some alfalfa. We'll have some grass as well, but we'll try a bit of alfalfa as well. So we're going to grab the ripper here and head on over to the other farm, the one way over there where we first harvested the wheat. There we go. Hello Ghost, how you doing? Welcome along. Slow loading excuse for a new PC. It's just the transition between the intro screen and this screen. I don't know why it takes so long, Mark. It's weird. Hey Martin, how are you? Good afternoon. Driver 53, nice to see you, welcome. Hey David, how are you? Good afternoon, Happy New Year to you as well. Hey Blogster, how are you? Welcome along. Nick has been here for 13 months, mate. Thank you all very much for that support, appreciate it, mate. Nice to have had that for so long. Why are you trapped with FSGs? Does it not change the date or something? How long it's been? Henrik, howdy mate. Aussie man, oh, Kiwi mate, Kiwi. You'll get in trouble for that. Tim, good morning mate, welcome along, great to have you here. Wi-Fi that vacuums as well. Who's got a RoboVac? Good question. Anyone have a RoboVac? We've been thinking about getting one. I want honest reviews. Hey, Yoran, how are you, mate? Good evening from you and Mini-Me. Or Mini-You. I hope you're doing well, man. And I hope you're getting back to some normality at home. Has Mini-You settled back into a sleep schedule yet, or are they still on Canadian time? Chinook, thank you very much for those gifted memberships. There you go. Mark, Martin, Grant, NM Welder and Cape Cod Driver. All gifted memberships by Chinook. Thanks mate, appreciate it. Doing well actually, we've had a rough few days weather-wise. It's been damp and drizzly around most of the country. We've managed to dodge the worst of the weather and it hasn't been cold, so I can't complain too much. But Wireless, how are you mate? Good morning to you. Slow drive at 18 miles. When we're taking up this much road, we should probably have some warning lights on or something, shouldn't we? Now I'm on the fence. We might, before the end of the stream, we might go and check out a newly released map as of 3 hours ago. Western Australia, the 16x version, has been released on Agro Camille 1997 Rock, or whatever his Facebook page name is, I can't remember. But the guy who did the conversion in FS19 has released the 16x version of West Aussie. As of 3 hours ago, I raced to download it beforehand. If I'd seen it before I scheduled the stream last night, we would have certainly been doing something on that this morning rather than this. But I didn't have time to, well, I've downloaded it, but literally all I've done is drop it in this mod folder so we could possibly take a look at it a little bit later. We might just have to pause here, or we're going to whack a power pole. Your kids Floyd and Alison are watching on the lounge TV. Nice, Wireless Steve. Well, hello Floyd and Alison. Nice to have you both watching. Still getting back to the rhythm, Yarn. Christoph had a rumba, worked alright, but you have to make sure it can't get stuck underneath your furniture. Our living room has cupboards that were just not high enough, so it kept getting stuck. Ah, good point. We've got a dog, so he's on his last legs. We're discussing whether we might replace him with a vacuum cleaner. It wasn't actually that bad. We weren't talking about it in those ways, but we'd avoided getting one because of him. He's prone to having accidents in the living room on the concrete floor. And last thing you want is a robotic vacuum cleaner smearing it everywhere. Might try Maize Plus, who has a good tutorial video on it. I think Disturbed Simulations has the best work on Maize Plus, Scott. You're gonna go check that out. Typing with one hand isn't that easy, Tim, you're only staying for a few minutes, heading over to watch your nephew's college. Nice, man. Hey, so you're planning a big trip. You should add a 26th state. I heard New Zealand's nice place to visit. Drop that into your list. In fact, Scott, you were talking about a Kiwi trip, weren't you? Thought any more about the heading down under? Round 2 of the mega automated farm. I've thought about it, simulation. I'll have to try and do something a bit different this time. But I do want to go and jump into it. I did actually think about making it a multiplayer for my Wednesday nights with the Aussie viewers, Aussies and Kiwis, but we'll see. Yeah, I know, Joe, the West Aussie, the 1X version still doesn't work on console, which sucks. But sorry, I'll correct that. It works on everything but PS4. Xbox, both Xboxes and the PS5 don't have any issues with it. I just think it's the PS4, which does suck, but what can you do? So what if we spent 10 minutes of our live stream driving? Hey Fat Rat, how are you? Good to see you, welcome in. Dewey Gaming, I have a robot vacuum. I think getting one that maps and self-empties is the best. Romba has LiDAR for detection. Ooh, good to know. You have pets and a self-empty is a must. Hey Kartik, have you missed the auto drive tutorial? Go back and watch my video. I could have actually, I probably could have, although it would have been all terrible. This is East Yard. There you go. We're gonna whack this telegraph pole. The dunk. Power of the versatile, it just keeps going. The dunk. Oh, I missed that one. What's the sign? Yeah, not quite so bad. It was a popular series, Blogstar, so that was why I was thinking of trying to reinvent it somehow. And maybe it's a good candidate for a roleplay. Maybe I could go to the Aussie Outback and do something there. Hey, Terence and Chastity Weaver, first time watching. Well, welcome along. Pleasure to have your company, and thank you for tuning in and catching one of the live streams. Nice to have you here. Alright, here we are. So, I'm going to turn in. Now, anyone interested, there is an update to this map which fixes a few issues, including the telegraph poles in the middle of the driveways. I think he has moved the driveways to fix that. I've got the latest version, but because I have it needed a new save game just for that. It's fixed everything else, or no new save game was required for everything else. But that was that. Do we have a link for WA16? Let's have a look, channel. You need to go here. Go there and you will find it. As far west as Dallas, Tim. I'll just head a bit further south. If you get to Houston, there's direct flights from Houston to New Zealand. Kiwi trip still on your list. I might try a FarmCon trip first though. Oh, there we go, Scott. We will, if you can make it there, we might have a chance to connect to FarmCon. That'd be pretty cool. Highlight of the trip is midway through. We'll be visiting a Mississippi riverboat. A particular paddle riverboat was once in Montgomery, and I had a close relationship with the family. Ah, nice. Multiplayer would be good, get big jobs done with a few people. Yeah, that's what I thought. If we could get half a dozen people on and harvest some things, that would be pretty cool. Right, so I'm going to extend this field all the way up into here behind the yard. And then this is going to be our alfalfa field. And we'll extend it across here a little bit closer to the trees and just make it just a touch bigger. So if we turn on... Oh, there we go. I thought I didn't have field creator on or something. Now we do have GPS, so what I'm going to do, try and get myself a very nice line along this side, is I'm going to come in and set up on A, B and heading. Now what heading would I be on this one? This is going to be 180 to get that nice smooth field edge. So put here and put 180 down. Get that. Get that. Oh, I haven't got the right button set for that one. Do our width, and now I have to remember what button I've got set for that to turn on. Let's just go in here and do my keybinds. That's going to frustrate me. All the way down to guidance, steering. GS, there it is. Oh, I have got it at set, but got something else on set, so I need to change that. One of, where is it? Game shop. We don't need the shop. Save that one, and that should fix it. There we are. GPS all set up. Spectacle Island was awesome too. Yeah, it's. I've got into a really bad habit, Blogster, of not properly finishing a series, and I'm put my hand up and say I'm guilty with that. I know Joe commented about Anna, Indiana, but to be honest, the last 6 months have been a bit crazy with work and things, and I've kind of just drifted away from a few series. What I'm going to try and do with this one is give it. It's going to look a little bit like what FSG's been doing with his Chilliwack. Valley Springs. This is Chilliwack. Valley Springs game is actually play maybe 2 videos a week and try and live stream it on a Sunday. So actually, make some progress on it and reach a conclusion, rather than trying to juggle lots of series at once. Yeah, that's my intention. Whether my intentions are able to be completely followed through with, we'll wait and see. Tim Maslin, thank you so much, my friend, for those 5 gifted memberships. Wireless Steve, Kartek, Logstar, Joe, and Jordan, all gifted memberships there. Thank you, mate. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy your... Was it your son? Or who was it you were going? Yeah. Enjoy what it is you're going to. And we'll talk to you again soon, man. But do appreciate you as always. Right, we're going to get too close there. We'll just lift up as I'm trying to talk. Ah, jackknife. Check your width. Sometimes the cardinal setting changes. Is that right? Did I think I auto set the width. 30 foot. Did I auto width? Oh, I didn't actually. Thank you, Tim. It's Scott. We'll just have to wait and see what changes there. I'm going to have to freehand along this edge anyhow because I haven't set up my GPS on the right spot. After all that effort, we're going to try. In fact, if we go Alt L, see our lines are way offset. I should set it up on this edge, shouldn't I? In fact, let's do that. Let's jump into here and reset that course. Set A of 0. Now, no, oh, I might have just not changed. Yeah, let's try that. Perfect. Happy days. Happy days indeed. Alright, what have I missed? Hey Scooter, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, I thought that might be the case. Field edge isn't quite parallel. We'll tidy that up later. In fact, it's going to happen up here again as well. We might just leave that. Although auto drive, course play will come in if I try and use course play on anything, it's going to detect that edge. Maybe we'll tidy it up. We'll see. Strody, always your pet peeve of getting really into a series and it abruptly stops. Guilty as charged, mate. Guilty. I am, like I said, I'm aware of it and we are going to try and make amends. Alright, I'm now trying to manually drive this bearing here along this side. And along here. It's not quite so critical, but I don't want to get into those power poles. It's going to be a good field of alfalfa, actually. Good field for alfalfa. Might be a bit. Gonna get messy. Alright. Happy with that. Let's go and start some more headlands. Hey Music Man, good evening mate, welcome along. That's an advancement on what you usually eat for dinner. Yes, I'm pleased to see you're making progress there, that's good. How boring. Move the lines with Alt page up and down. Yeah, I could have kept an eye on that left-hand edge. Would have been a good point, Mark. I think I'm going to run into an issue if I was trying to straighten that edge up with the bit of a bank there along the side of the pasture. Now I also realised in one of my 2 videos ago I said about water for the animals. Of course, cows don't need water in the base game pastures, which is what these are. They've just got a modified nav mesh there for where the animals can go. But it's only things like, I know Elk Mountain obviously with the ones we were using in No Man's Land and that have the water troughs, but other than that we don't actually need to put water into any of these. So I can't remember now whether Schultz Modding's feedlot that we're going to use to build everything includes any food or not. Any water, food, of course it includes food. Interesting, I haven't actually used this ripper much. I know it was in 2019 as well, but it's not one I've actually used. It's actually getting on a decent horsepower tractor. It can cover some land. Not too slow. Wide enough. Not as wide as the John Deere plough, of course, but I think it's a pretty good setup. A bit like that. Mr. Legion, how are you, man? Welcome along, buddy. Is it still... I just wasn't moving. Oh, I was stationary, was I? Jacob, is this Bloomfield? This is Chilliwack. A Canadian map by Chumpy Farmer. I think there should be a link to it in the description. It's yeah, it's proven for a first up map. He's done a great job, and it's proven very popular if you keep an eye on other content creators and streamers, and even just generally on Facebook. Like, I learned so much about the community through Facebook pages I follow. What people are enjoying, where new mods are coming from, all that sort of thing. Right, where are my lines? Let's just turn on the GPS, see where we're going to end up. Okay, do a bit of an overlap on that edge. It's fine. Valley Springs is a bit too tight in places, some of my AD vehicles get stuck and flung into space. I haven't had AD fling anything vehicles into space before, Strode. But you're right about it being tight. I do need to get in and have a look at it. It looks like a good map though. Dewey Gaming, all seed is compatible with Maize Plus, or do you need... I'm pretty sure they're all compatible, because Maize Plus doesn't actually plant any new crops. You still just use your normal corn and grass and everything. It just changes what you can do with them at different harvest dates, as I understand anyhow. Someone might be able to correct me if I'm putting you wrong there, but I'm pretty sure that's what I thought. Hey Zach, how are you? Loving the series, thanks for all you do. Cheers mate. Appreciate hearing that. Apparently I say Chilliwack wrong. It's not chili as in hot and spicy, it's Chilliwack. Someone told me in one of my comments and I couldn't figure out exactly how I was meant to say it. So I'll just continue butchering it. You had that with the Gilderland map, played a good amount of hours on it, but the tight spaces just not work with you. They can sometimes add a bit of a challenge because you're limited with what equipment you can use, which is also nice, but I hear you. Even on a bit of time I spent on Calmston was a bit of a challenge with some of the lanes, and it looks like that one's tighter again than Calmston. Hey, what's up Nismo? Happy New Year, buddy. Welcome. Yes, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, Legion. Now, one thing, I'm going to put a little comment in my next video, or try and remember to put a comment in a video. I think only about 50% of viewers of my videos are subscribed. So if you're watching the live stream, it's probably a good chance you're a subscriber because you've been notified that it's live, but if you're not, appreciate it if you hit that sub button. 20k subs by the end of the year is my goal, so let's see how we go. Coco Agri 49, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, welcome along. Hey Tanner, how are you? Nice to see you as well. You're watching this while packing up things to donate before you move, Scott. Good on you, mate. Good on you. We, wife and I were talking about that actually on the other day. Sort of got back from holiday and had a few New Year's resolutions about just little things, house maintenance, life maintenance things. One of them is to go through actually a lot of our clothing and find some solutions for those. She works at a university actually, and their medical centre takes clothing, and she was saying the reason that they have, you know, the university, lots of students, they have a quite a wide-reaching trans community, and a lot of those people find it uncomfortable to go into clothing shops to buy clothes. So they find it easier or more comfortable to go to the medical centre and find clothing that they're comfortable wearing without being judged about what they're going to buy. So that was a pretty good solution for some of our items we don't wear anymore. You like the smallest of the lanes, but forever using super strength to lift something off a hedge gets old fast. Do you know I haven't used super strength since the DLC came out? Do you know what I've just noticed? There's no dust or anything animation on this. Nothing at all. It's interesting. I thought I had dusty lands. Have I got dusty lands in here? Have I got it turned to 0? What am I doing? 1. Oh, I don't have dusty lands on. Interesting. Still should be getting some sort of dust effect, I would have thought. Oh, there it is. What? Okay. So no dust, is there no dust effect on ploughing the grass, but where it's field and soil already, I get a dust effect. It's interesting. Hey Ryan, it has been a while. Welcome along, mate. Sort the internet for yourself as a New Year's resolution. It's been pretty good for the last wee while, Legion. It's just the cable solutioning isn't the best. How's the family? Dad doing good, mate. Doing good. School holidays and all, so. I'm back to work tomorrow. Arg. But, Mrs. Argsy's got another week off. So. Sign off for a few, putting Mini U to bed. Hopefully it'll let you loose before the end of the stream. Hopefully, mate. Good luck with that. We'll all be thinking of you. Hey Ryan Berkheimer, how are you? Yeah, I thought so too, Scott. I thought so too. Not something you think about. The long lost Donna Orange. Donna Orange is gone. Mark, we've got Ryan now. Good that you remember that though. That's funny. Hey Bruce, howdy to you as well. Welcome along. Ah, that sucks, Legion. Ah, no good. No good at all. No, Ryan, this is PC. It's a 4X map. So PC only. 70 people watching. Nice to have you all here. Welcome along. Gosh, it's refreshing to hear. Thank you for pointing that out, Chinook. I hadn't seen that. That's awesome. Well, welcome along everyone, and yeah, like Chinook says, make sure you drop a like, the thumbs up. I really appreciate the support. And double check you're subscribed. If you're not, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hey, Mr. Scorp, how are you, mate? Happy New Year to you. How's things? I knew I was going to miss that a little bit. I'm so excited to see Scorp here. I wasn't paying attention turning around. Still missed a piece. Been busy as heck. Did you didn't get too affected by all the cold weather? Even Texas was getting it, not quite as bad as a few years ago. Let's see if we can fill the chat with Scorp exclamation marks. Funny. Doesn't matter which chat you go, no, it doesn't matter where you are watching some live streams. If Scorpion's Edge jumps in, you can guarantee uppercase Scorp. and it'll go on. It's a cult following. You've got a cult following, school. Weather wasn't too bad. Oh, that's good. Was the how was the farmers markets and that with the all the markets your wife goes to with Christmas and that? Did she do some Christmas specials? As in terms of like some special type of Christmas fair, or was it just status quo and trying to sell lots for people for their Christmas days? And Rusty, yeah, upper Gaelic, yep. One time no one's offended by uppercase. All caps in chat. I thought we might have just missed a little bit there, but we got it all good. Wife's been busy trying to make up for being off during school off time. She did good lots. Awesome, man. YouTube unsubscribed you from the Farm Soon guy and will still watch. He's got enough subs anyhow, Ryan. Don't worry about that. He won't miss you. I'm lying. It's weird though, it unsubbed you. Strange. Oh, I tell you what, do you reckon, am I going to get too close to that shed if I carry on along this little path? I think I am, aren't I? Hey, Ted, how are you, man? I'm loving the Chilliwack series, love seeing Canadian maps. Awesome, man, pleased to hear that. Pleased to hear that. Let's just see if we can just tidy up this edge just a little. Not get any closer than that. Done. The train has a very regular cadence coming through here. It's very frequent. There's I tell you what I'm looking forward to is the South Sask map. Edgewater mapping and BC Buell have been doing. It looks like it is going to be a goodie. Haven't touched farm some months. Thought about it this morning, was like, nah. The way you so how am I meant to pronounce it, Ted? Can you like phonetically spell it for me? Because we were discussing this just a few minutes ago, just before you joined. I was saying how someone had, and I can't remember if it was you or it might have been someone else, commented in a video saying about how I pronounce it. Alright. So is it more Chilliwack? Not chilly, Chilliwack. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this edge. I feel like I kind of want to almost landscape it out. I'm going to do that, I reckon. DJ just posted a sneak peek at the new Canadian map. It looks great. Chilliwack is the closest I can think of. Okay. I will work on it. Alright, let's see if I can paint this. Got a little brush size. Go to the brush size there. Now if I go to 1, get my heading, it's close to 180. Oops, wrong button. Should. Yeah. Look at that. Just like a new one. Cutting corners, I see. Thank you. Dazed, I am indeed cutting corners. Both literally and figuratively. Alright, we'll get some grass planted on there too. Probably need to do the grass just a little bit smaller. Not too close to the edge. Difference between meadow grass and field grass in there. Oh, we're going to get rid of the bushes along here too. That's alright. No one will know. Look at that. Can't even tell what I've done. Keep grass. That's a good point actually, Mark. Keep grass away from alfalfa. Didn't think about that because you get those, you overcut the edges. You end up with alfalfa and grass getting mixed. Oops, now I've gone and put it too close. All about the beautification. There we go. That'll do. Perfect. Oh, is there a little bit down here I need to go and tidy up? Just to square this edge off. How are you, Dazed? Nice to see you. I know it is square. It's just from a distance it didn't look it. Alright, done. Next step is to get the lime spreader and come put some lime on it, and then we'll be able to plant. Which means I'm going to have to build the next part of the farmyard, which is the resupply silos. Haha, got me, Blogstar. Just call me Picasso, Yos. Alright, start the long trip home. Some people painting a dirt skirt around alfalfa fields to prevent grass clipping from mixing in. Yeah, it would have been a good idea actually, Scott. I might actually go and I might look at doing that. Mini Argsy's just come out, he's just woken up. If you can keep from being busy, you've been thinking about making your skort commercials into I was gonna say skorts. Shorts. Would they be skorts? Skort commercials into skorts. Skort commercials. Been trying to get back into the game, Dazed. How are you? I'm good, mate. Good, mate. Feeling refreshed after a couple of weeks off, and keen to try and get back into some normality, some consistency. Trying to come up with something new, some new ideas and things. Keep things fresh. So there we go. Hey Arctic Farmer, how are you? Greetings. I'll show you, Ted. I have fixed the silage blower. Maybe we could just take a quick look at that. Well, actually, while we're driving, so I've got these ones. That's under C in the white pages. This case 600, or also got another New Holland one. This one here, which is the same as what we already have, just by a different mod. This is by BSL Modding. And I had to play around with them last night without saving when I was actually doing my screenshot, and they have a slightly wider trigger and auto drive works with it. So that kind of made me happy. Keep away from the edges when cutting. Yeah, that might be the other option too, Mark. Mr. Freeman, how are you, mate? Welcome back. Good to see you. 7 months, mate. Gosh, Your belly will be getting big now, not far away from the 9-month milestone. Girlfriend's Kiwi give each other flack about the different words for things all the time. Call an Eskia chili bin. Biscuits Kraken is of course the big one, Jandals. It's good fun. Yeah. I think it's a rite of passage, isn't it, to wind each other up about those kind of things. It's like getting that normality happening, it's challenging. I agree, man, I agree. Something new, you can start that real-time 24/7 server. What's the biggest you can do? 28 days, isn't it? 28-day months? Stop faffing around and get to work. I ain't faffing. Don't knock the jandals. What's a jand? That's a... I'm gonna say Aussies call it a thong. It's like a... What do you call it in I don't actually know. What do you call them in America? If you knock the jandal, you get a face full of flip-flops. Thank you, Ted. Aussies call them thongs. We call them jandals, and you guys have flip-flops. Sandals. Yeah. So Scott McLaughlin, who's the Kiwi who races Indy cars, the new Scott, not the old Scott who's been racing it for years. He made a saying once. He said, "Give it the jandal for going fast," and that kind of stuck as well. Scandals. This stream is bussin'. It has been, Mr. MRG. Bussin' all the way. So I don't know where the fields. How are you, man? Good to see you. Happy New Year. Hope things are all well in your world. I see you've been busy with your website and we are not far away from having that pop in, which would be nice. And I know there's some people eager to get their hands on some more of your work, so looking forward to that. Make it 7-day months, that way it's 3 months per year. Yeah. That'd be pretty cool. This week on the farm. That'd be a good way to do it, actually. Isn't a thong what a girl wears? Or some guys. Come to American ask for thongs, never recalled it. Oh, so we had the thong song, Jeremy, so I know exactly what I'd be getting. And it's an Australian thing. Working alfalfa fields in 19 right now, mowing the grass around the fields before the alfalfa hits last stage seems to work. Oh, good suggestion. Actually, if you used one of like the flail mowers, which you can mulch it and not actually keep the grass too, that'd work, wouldn't it? Was it Scooter who was making that? Scooter, did you ever release one or not? It's live now, is it? I have missed your post. That's awesome. Feel free to share a link in here, man. You have the blue spanner, so drop a link to your new website and everyone go and check it out. So that's thongs is an Australian term, so you can blame them for that. Which is funny considering how common a thong is on an Australian beach. Not the jandals. Or the flip-flops, but the string bikini. You came back at the wrong time, thongs and jandals. Yeah, sorry, I'll stop talking about summer for all you in the Northern Hemisphere blanketed under snow and turning blue. Alright, the long trip back to the yard is done. I'm going to park this over here because if we're going to be doing the farm build soon, I don't want all that equipment in the way. We'll carry on with the farm build, but I need to build a yard and everything on the other side, so let's park this up out of the way over here. There we go. It can just stay there. Turn our flashes off. Perfect. Right. Now I'm going to show you this. I'm going to do a little bit of magic. Oh, there we go. Farmer Taz has got us covered. What the heck is faffing? This is like a language lesson. Different languages. So I'm going to adjust. We're going to do a little bit of magic here. Drop that one off. Now, I'll jump out here, set up our shop, and buy the replacement, same one, but get it replaced. Okay, we'll go for the newer model. Seeing we're upgrading. Oh, $4,000 for the newer option. We'll just stay with the old one. So buy that. So that would have cost us plus delivery fee. What's $13,500? Go into our here and sell the old one, which, oh gosh, now which one's which? Oh, that's got 0.9 of his. That one there. Sell that for $10,000. We will add $3,000 back in. This way. Alright, there we are. Like for like. Right. Very much he's getting a lesson in faffing now. BC Paladin. To be fair, those were once called things in the US as well, until that particular type of underwear began to be popular. I see, not old enough to remember. Oh, you think New Zealand Summit finished last week, Wireless? No. February, March are our best months, aren't they? Everyone just gets excited about having good weather around Christmas because they've all got time off. And it never eventuates. And then they get frustrated. It's a common misconception, I reckon. Alright, see how close we can get this. So the blower on this one's just a little bit bigger. It doesn't quite work as well with the pipe, but that's pretty good. Alright, let's go and jump in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull this out of the way. Just for now. Yeah, you were reading it on the side. Well, I'm pleased that, I'm pleased that the stream was the main focus, Taz, and that that MRG's just your little bit on the side. And you faff a lot. Right, so we've got all our settings still. Watch this. This is where it won't work. Collision? What collision? Just powers on straight past. Trigger? What trigger? There it is. It works. It works. Oh, you do not know how excited I was for that last night. All of the planning that I had in the last episode, and it was all fixed by one little blower. Did I find a fix for the wonky wheels? I didn't, Scott. No, I haven't. I was going to talk to Dairy Deer because this is on Skywalker Farmstead. So I was going to have a chat to him and see if there was any reason why it might happen. I know it's been a common issue around FarmSim for a long time with different... Mainly where... Oops, let's pop around this side. I think it's mainly where you get things like this axle. Because it's kind of like the wheels... The wheels are hinged rather than the actual... Oh, are they or not? No, they have that tie rod across the front. But when you start looking in here and paying a little more detail, the like the axles aren't actually centered on the tires or wheels. It's not quite as neat as it could be. I was thinking about having a chat to him about it and seeing if he had any solution for it, but it works, which is more than I could say for what it was doing the other day. Anyhow, that's not what we're doing today. What it does mean though is I might fast forward time to see if I can get some capacity in the silo to be able to turn off the Kubota. I need to be burning more dinosaurs. I might see if I can get a fix, get this processing some, and we might finish off doing that field so I can actually do it in a video and show everyone. Now we're talking about blowing. Right. So, next step. Let's go and have a look at our precision farming map, because I won't. It's going to be trouble, isn't it? Because I'm not going to be able to just buy purchase soil information. If I purchase, yeah, we'll do that. It does cover the whole field. Awesome. That's what, all silty clay, so it's not the best. But that's alright. No, where's our pH? Here we go. So we're going to go down and run some lime onto that. So next step in the farm build is not to stand there. Will I be mowing the alfalfa in this stream? I will not, Joe. It's going to take a wee while to get. Well, we'll probably only just get it planted, to be honest. Right. So under containers, I've got these here. So we need the. We do line one first. I need to remember my controls. Placing it. There we go. These are all going to line up along here. Line one down. Hopefully the hoppers. Hopefully it's high enough. The hopper will fit in. We're going to do lime. Do fertilizer next. Actually, I've got the toggle snapping mode on here, don't I? Toggle snap. See what happens. Done that before. Give a little bit of space between them. Pretty straight. I'm back. There we go. That'll do. And then the last one is the seed, which we'll put that one there. Right, there we go. Sorted. Now, don't think we have to build them, just buy anything to go on them. We just have to go and try and spread lime. So let's go and see. You watched the barbecue video now last night. You want some brisket? Yes, we've talked about vacuum cleaners as well. Logstar. Stop abusing the equipment and breaking tie rods. I know, I know. Can I blame the hired help? Because it wasn't me. Where's the hired help? Oh yeah, these are well and truly high enough. Beautiful. So these ones you just fill out of and it buys it. I'm probably paying an exorbitant price for lime, but it doesn't seem too bad. 10,000 litres. Let's see what we were starting on. Oh, you're on your back. He wasn't too long. He was nice and tired. Always makes things easier. Good blow will fix a lot of problems. Oh goodness. Need the upgrade productions mod. Ooh, good call, Scooter. Good call. I will go and check that out now. We've rolled this with a load of lime in it before, so let's not make the same issue. Make the same mistake. It's a Anna Indiana reference there if anyone wasn't aware. You were thinking it, Taz. Said the B word, now you need to eat some too. Which bit? The brisket, the barbecue? Bronc Freak, you've been curious, what is alfalfa used for in FS22? Well, I'm going to use it for hay. In Maize Plus, we can use alfalfa hay, so I thought I'd do that instead of grass, just as a bit of variety. But that's the main purpose for it. I don't think it's had any other purposes in Farm Sim, has it? It's always just been used as an alternative to grass. Same with clover, actually. We've got clover on this map, which I think Chumpy got from Lancey Boy. she used on Stone Valley. Thongs blows. Trimming the grass, dropping loads all of the sun efforts indeed. What have we been watching? Need a Mark Thor version. I actually like the that idea of the enhanced productions mod. I think that's going to work well. Imagine -15 in cooking steaks. Hey, never too cold for a good steak, is it? Will I be playing Edgewater? I'm not sure, Joe. I'd like to. I'd like to, just to try out some of the slow down. We're going to roll. Look at that. Just to try out things like the swathing and things like that. So we'll have to see. Your OCD is itching. Did I get it lined up well enough? Or is it my not straight lines with the painting that I did? I know, that was terrible. We're fixing that. Oh, wonky trailer. Ah, Mark Thor vision of the, right, gotcha. I'm gonna make a detour to meet you anywhere for a pound or two of brisket. Oh, it does sound inappropriate. Hot honey chicken and garlic Hasselback spuds for dinner. Sounds delicious, Taz. Barbecue joint in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I think that's the main use for it. It's just for hay. 70 here and you're smoking chicken wings and ribs. Nice. Interesting to see the Aussie 16X out. It is Taz. I've actually got it installed on... I downloaded it rapidly before this. I thought for the last 15 or 20 minutes of the stream we might go and have a look at it. The PS4 version of the Aussie map. So is that the which the PS4 version? So that's the standard size West Aussie. Yeah. So there's something wrong with. Farmer Bob reckons it's the something with giants that he can't fix it in the map, which I don't understand. But yeah, it's only PS4. PS5 it's fine. Xbox it's fine. It's just literally PS4 it doesn't work on. Close your eyes. Hold on. Going through. But he reckons it's in Giants. Giants are the only people who can fix it and have to come in a game update, so don't know. Because I really wanted to put that on a server and have it as a crossplay server. Chat's making you hungry, Joe. Our work here is complete, everyone. Joe's hungry, we can leave. Scorp said that, sad Joel. Exactly. Evening, Robert, how are you? Welcome along. Alright. In here. Now, are we on auto? Just check that. Turn on, deactivate. Yes, we are on auto. Alright. How wide are we? Just about got it right, I reckon. Not far off. Slow down, Argsy, slow down, Argsy. Ooh. It's close. Where were you guys not reminding me to widen out the wheels? That's what I don't get either, Legion. Why is it just that map? There's got to be something in the code somewhere that's breaking it. In the map XML rather than it being a console issue or a game issue. Like, if that was the case, then every map would be broken, wouldn't it? Gotta love the giant side heroes. What are you talking about, Days? Oh, we're making Vlog Star hungry. Everyone's getting hungry. I haven't had breakfast yet. Must sound a bit peckish. Especially when you can start hear the family making something in the background. Map's flatter than your stomach, Joe. What, you weren't going to say anything till it tipped? Well, I managed to catch myself just in time from making a fatal error and giving you guys even more humour. This has become the, I don't know, we'd have to come up with a name for it, wouldn't we? But just imagine this becoming some sort of how many times can Argsy stuff up on one map type gameplay. Old Gen runs better on Stone Valley and has more details than we saw. Oh, absolutely, yeah. That's why I don't understand why it's a console issue or game issue. Needed a clip-worthy moment. Exactly, dazed woe. Why would you deprive yourself of the entertainment? Thank you, Chinook. I knew you'd have my back. Remove the buildings and try to place anything that crashes, does it? I'll fire up FS and hit the record button. Good to see a stream again. Thanks, mate. Nice to see you as well. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Look forward to catching whatever it is you're doing next. A nice little studio tour too, Scott. It was nice to just see that little vlog and kind of inspired me to possibly do one in the not too distant future. I'm on a similar vein where I've got some plans to change the setup, but I went through and actually when I got back did a big tidy up, so it's looking a lot cleaner than it has before. Right, that was relatively painless. I'm assuming we covered the whole field. Look at that. Beautiful. What's it sitting at? 7? Excellent. Has anyone ever seen pH levels in blue? Is an over subscribed. Carry that back down for the trip home. Put our flashes on again. Who remembers Oklahoma from 15? Not me, Joe, but I didn't play 15, so. The map was broken in 19. Yeah, it has had its challenges. It's actually one if you were going to make it for... Well, I'd love to know where Bob started out. Like, surely you didn't just scale down a 4x version or something to make it 2x. I think you'd just start from scratch. Don't know. You can get it blue if you manually set the rate. I did wonder that, Dazed. I thought that might be the case. PS4's still strong. Yeah, mine's still going strong. My boys use it all the time. Been jamming on FIFA 23 a lot lately. Been their go-to. You miss Graceland. Hoping for Oakfield Farm. Who made that? Was that Lancey Boy who made that? Boxster? I'm trying to remember. Gosh, every post Oxy puts up of Court Farms is just more and more wow. I see the Italian guys are building and working on a new map as well. Clover Creek. All the old names. Dazed. Dazed. Keep an eye out for Farmson Briscoe's map, which is called the Oaks, which is not too far away from being released. It's a 4x map. We've got a little group who've been helping test it for him on FSG's Discord, and ESAB's spent a lot of time in it, and he will say he hasn't spent time and felt as invested in a map since Homeworld as this one, so I think it could be exactly what you're looking for. They're not too far away from being released, I don't think. Yeah, there you go, Christoph's on it too. Lone Oak again. Interesting, a lot of people have said that, Joe. I know Bullet Bill and Oxy have said they won't be making it. I think Oxy said he's not going to bring any of his maps forward. And they weren't going to give anyone permission to create it, so you'd have to find someone who'd do it without permission or do it yourself. Good map though, good map. I enjoyed my time playing on it. It's based on a real farm. I always wondered why someone doesn't take that area and recreate one adjoining it or close to it. Great to be a newbie on Farm Simmers starting with 22, no idea what I'm missing, ignorance is bliss. I'm a little bit like that too. Yaron having only started on 19. In fact, my first Farm Sim I played was mobile 18, I think, mobile version. You think that's what you need to get server again and get back into it? Could be just the medicine for you, mate. Hey John, good evening to you. I'm doing well, thank you. It's nice to be back doing some streaming. We've got a lot of soybeans to harvest, by the way. So it's going to be quite an effort doing this with that single combine. Got these 3 fields here on our right, Tahirua Toru, 1, 2, 3. And then we've got the 2 in behind the farm, and then there's a 3rd one. Well, it's actually a 5th, 6th one over yonder, over that way somewhere. That's going to keep us busy. Found a YouTube video doing a drive around. I'll check that out in a bit. Big Rig Frosty Gaming, good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon. Welcome along. You just subscribed the other day. Well, thank you very much for that. Appreciate you joining or subscribing. Nice to have you here. Right, I will park this just in here, which should be enough out of the way for our expansion into the yard. Right. Good deal. Right, now what do we need to do? We're planting. I think that's all we needed to do to prep that field. We have plenty of servers, just need people to play. That's a good point, Legion. Yes, there is. I don't know, it's hard, isn't it, to get people to join and play multiplayer servers. I don't know what the solution is, what the sweet point might be for it. But I would dearly love to have a server that replicates what we had on Valley the Old Farm. Back in 19. That was just a special server. Alright, let's go and see about getting some seed and fertilizer in here. Bins which? No, that one must be the fertilizer. Indeed it is. There's no animation on that one. Oops. There we go, filling that up, not quite close enough. I can't remember now whether the lime one had an animation on. I don't think it did. Right, let's change our seed now, and so we've got radish, grass. That's our alfalfa. It says lucerne if you're really looking closely. In fact, you probably can't see it with my overlay. And that's clover. So we'll just go all the way back through that to lucerne. There we go. And we'll drive off and over to the field again. In fact, well, let's try this. I want to see if this auto drives. Oops, not that one. East Yard. See if auto drive works. To get us all the way there. Namanja, welcome along. Nice to have you here. Challington Valley was your 2nd and Sandy Bay 4th. You're just a, what was number 1? I missed what you said was number 1, Blogstar. Are you you're just an Oxygen David fanboy, eh? You try to get Lone Oak again, such a vibe. Just been busy. Yep. I hear you, boys. I hear you. Cheers, Blogstar. Thanks for hanging, mate. Nice to see you. Welcome. Happy New Year to you as well. Not welcome, but it was a pleasure having you here, mate. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good sleep and catch you again soon. Challenge is you play hyper realistic, and it's hard to find a lot of people who like that who also have the free time to manage it. Oh, maybe we can find the people dazed and we can try and set one up around that. I'm sure between my community, FSG's community, we can get a group who might be interested in that. As long as it's clear around expectations. Depending on where the server's based, I found I have a lot of driving issues on Clamston on your server, big delays on inputs. Great playing with the boys on the map. I agree. Are you thinking of Shellbrook or Clamston? Oh, Oakfield was number 1 Blogstar. There you go. I always try and have, whenever I've set up servers, I try and put them on West Coast US. Oops, going to take out a road sign there. Drag it with us, did we? Yep. That seems to be the sweet point between US, Europe and Oceania. But I know one server that Chinook had is in Sydney, so it's certainly focused more on the Oceania region. Check out the mod Discord group doing some good challenge stuff. There is that challenge stuff too, it's a good point, Legion. Once you're sure, yeah, take your time, no rush. 4 stays. Just good to have you back around, mate. Good to have you back around. And it's been great to have so many people watching tonight. It's been a blast all this morning. It's been a blast having you all here. Oh. I know we're right. So I said about this auto drive course, so I just want to look at that corner. Oh, yeah, nice big swing on it. So AZ Sparky has made this. It's on the Auto Drive Creators Discord, which I did put an invite to their Discord in my last video in the description, and it should actually be in this one because I copied that description across. But it's a good starting one, very good starting one. Everything's worked pretty much, and I've hardly had to do anything on it to make it work for me. In fact, you can, if we jump into here, I think menu is it. You can see which course we're on, but I wasn't in here, but you can see the course there. If I hopped out of the vehicle and had a look, you'd be able to see it all. This Cumston one's in Sydney. Good to be back, got a save going again, which has been fun. I've also been asked to do a master's degree, so not sure if I'll have the time going forward. Oh, that's awesome, man, getting asked to do the masters. Good on you. Hey, gaming's always going to be there. Alright. It's been a bit of a quicker drive, 33 miles versus the 19 or 20 the other two pieces of equipment did. Haven't used this New Holland much. Certainly haven't used it with the tracks and the jewels on the front. Quite like it. A unique look. Not going to turn down a funded masters. No, fair enough too. Alright. The other thing I like about, I've thought about doing with the multiplayer side of things, Dazed, for a content is, it wouldn't be just a playthrough as such. You wouldn't say, right, today I'm doing this, because, you know, I might come in here, if this was multiplayer for example, and find out that this had all been done and the alfalfa was planted and it wasn't the next job, we'd moved on to something else. And I kind of like that as a bit of an idea. Right. So we have our seed selected. Get this turned on. Lower it down. Go forward just a touch. Up around the corner. And before we go any further, I'm going to make sure that it's looking the right colour for alfalfa. Change to our crops. Turn that on and off, and it is. Beautiful. Well, that's the other, that is the one thing. Silage corn is the one thing that Maize Plus added, but I think any plant will plant that. Or any plant will plant that. Hey Big A, how are you? Great to see you. Alright, we'll set up a GPS course down one of these edges, and we'll be away. I haven't used this little Borgo planter before. I think it's the perfect size on this map. Take a wee while to plant some of those bigger fields. Turn that on, whack an A point down. Get our B point down, turn it on. Set our width, check everything, oops, not that way. Perfect, done. Yeah, I think it's a perfect size at the moment anyhow. Probably when we get into some of those bigger fields I might be ruining my choice. But we do have the planters as well, because we're going to want to keep some corn planted for more silage. Well, you kind of saw it happening in a content idea was that YouTubers would be farmer hands that could jump in during specific periods, kind of like farmers. Like, yeah, man, that sounds interesting. Oh, oh. Probably could have squared this corner off just a little bit better. Without backing into trees or anything like that. There we are. Wonder how our GPS lines up on this side. Not far off. This week we're visiting Williamson Farms doing their potato harvest. We're on a carting trailer. Yeah, I like that idea. Kind of cool. Kind of like, is it Farmhand Mike? Who goes around the US and just videos different farmers doing different things. How wide is it? Good question. We'll cheat and do it this way. 26 feet, so what does that equal? About 8 meters, I think. Pressing all the wrong buttons here. 8 meters. Right on 8 meters. Very personal question. Size matters for Mark. That's an important question. I mean, you want to know how long you're going to be doing it for, don't you? Sounds like a commercial there. Always looking for opportunities. Exactly like Farmhand Mike, if you had, say, 5 to 6 different farms going, you could easily get a few videos each season for different farms, which you could trickle out between the gaps. That was kind of what I had in mind with my Farmers Only Club, was being a bit of a farmhand, which, again, I sound like a broken record, and I could see what my trend for 2022 was getting into things and then not having the time or to follow through completely. No one wants a small pizza. Unless you've had 3 big ones already and then you need just something to fill that last little gap mark. Yoss has always got a one-up everyone, doesn't he? I reckon we might run out of fertilizer on this. Which is good, because we could... Oh, in fact, I could have done that anyhow. We can use the little Strobel... tender. I haven't used that yet. I knew we were going to end up just that little strip not done. That's alright. All or nothing for Mark. Fair enough. At least you're clear with your expectations. Oh, now, while I remember it too, we've got our screenshot competition running at the moment. You haven't seen that? Facebook, Discord, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere you want to submit a screenshot. There's a couple of threads on Facebook if you want to add it there. We've got I've set up a specific channel on Discord for it. And I'm going to pick, well, Mrs. Argsy doesn't know this yet, but she's going to pick 3 winners to get an Argsy Gaming hat. And one of those 3 will also get a, who will be the overall winner, also get a Year 2 Season Pass. So I'm going to let that run for a couple more days. Unlocked an achievement. Let that run for a couple more days, and then we'll look to go through and do some judging during the week. Did I just say I'm on Tinder? No, I did not say I'm on Tinder. What gave you that impression, Mark? Oh, the Farmers Only Club. Gotcha. That's the connection. What are the screenshot rules, Scooter? Basically, I'm happy for people to do, you know, for PC players to use hide HUD, field of view, for example, to create a screenshot like that. But no editing of, or nothing in post really. I don't want people going through and replacing skies and where's this one? Replacing skies and doing a whole lot of changes to colours or anything like that. FSG did one just as a bit of a joke, and I've wound them up about that. I know there's one console entry that's been submitted which looks like it might have been edited, and that I need to message the guy about that one and get him to resubmit it. But otherwise, there's no other real rules, just one entry each. So I was trying to make it so it was as equal as possible for PC and console. Obviously you can tell console don't have quite the control that a PC player does, but I also wanted to try and get some nice looking shots. Oh, I said Tinder, but it sounded like Tinder. Gotcha. Hey Kegs, how are you, mate? Great to see you. Happy New Year to you. Hope all is well in your little part of the world. I don't mean little in a condescending way at all after our discussion with Size just before, but hope all's well, mate. Nice to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Exactly like what FSG did. But I want to do I'm planning, once we've got all the entries in, I'm planning to do a little video and comment on them, show them all off. And then I'm going to put together a 2023 calendar and print it in. No, I'm not. Nah, he said he was a console player, Legion. When he messaged me, he said he was a console player. So I reckon he's managed to edit it somehow. Unless there's some of the screenshot, unless PS5 in that or something has more editing tools than it used to for screenshots. I've not looked into that. Dazed just put an entry in. Nice. I have to have a look, Dazed. Anyhow, I'll suss it out and we'll go from there. But otherwise, everyone else has been playing to the rules, which is nice. Yoss put an entry in as a joke, winding me up about having dirty equipment, so that's going in. I'm looking forward to critiquing it. What field is this? This is that field there, 170. Over here, right on the very eastern side of the map. In there. Done it, small dude.
Bye,
He's off to swimming lessons.
Bye.
Alright, see you, dude. Does it have to be a new screenshot? No, it doesn't have to be a new screenshot at all. Fuck. It can be one you've had floating around for years. It could be one that you have just taken. I like some of the ones that have a story behind it. In fact, the very first one I got given had a story around the reason for it, what they were doing and why they were doing it. I think Junt gave us a little story about his one too with the Kenworth, and he backed it up with a second photo, which obviously I can't judge it on, but you know, just showing that the Kenworth doesn't mind getting its toes dirty. This could really butchers quality. Yeah, it does. That's a good point, actually. I hadn't really given that due consideration. Maybe I will give people a chance to upload it somewhere else so I can get better quality ones Dazed. It's a good idea. You won. No. Too cold for swimming. Not here it ain't, Ryan. Not here. But windy outside today. We're meant to be going to my niece. Well, we are going to my niece's birthday party today. And it was meant to be at a splash pad, like a swimming pool type outdoor swimming pool, but I'm not sure if she's decided what she's doing yet. Might be at their house. Alright, we are just about done. It hasn't taken too long at all, has it? I mean, an hour and a half, and we've managed to plough, lime, and plant this field, and it's a long way. We've driven, what, 3k's? Halfway across the map's 2k's, down a k. Easily 3k's to get to it. Good morning to you, David. How are you? Nice to see you. Welcome along. Alright, last pass, and we are done. See, I can never remember what's about 30 degrees Fahrenheit is 0 for us, isn't it? Is that that conversion? 50 must be about 10 degrees? 50 Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius, 10 degrees. Look at that, nailed it. Indeed, if I go 0, 32 Fahrenheit, 0 degrees. Last day of holidays, unfortunately. Same for me, David. Same for me. Back to it tomorrow. I can see it being a, I'll say a lazy day. A bit of a slow day getting back to the grind. But should spend a bit of it doing some planning for the year, trying to that's kind of this month will be for me, is planning out 2023 for the business, figuring out exactly what we're going to do. It looks like it could be a challenging one with the current economic climates. Building costs are going through the roof, mortgage rates are going through the roof, so people are tightening their purse strings a little bit and holding off doing as much work. So we'll just have to cross our fingers and toes and hope we can keep ourselves busy. There you go, thank you PC. Indeed, 32 degrees Fahrenheit, it's freezing. Which, yeah, makes complete sense. God. Let's have a look, what is it here at the moment? So that's about 18 degrees minus the wind. I can get past all the ads. Oh, show me the current temperature there. Go to that one. Oh, current conditions are not available right now. 8 hours, yeah, about 18 degrees at the moment, Celsius. Cheers, Dazed. Great to see you, mate. Good to have you around again. Take it easy. And, yeah, chat soon. Tell you what, this planter would take a little bit longer in a field like that one on our right, wouldn't it? So I was actually looking at Maize Plus. I think from what I could tell, correct me if I'm wrong, I only actually need hay and silage to be able to make TMR. Because some of the options, you could have 0 to 5% of them. Things like the beet and protein and what all the different feed types are. I think if, can I see in here? So it depends on your percentage of all of these base foods, but I think your base food and then you've got all the other bits and pieces to add in. So I still haven't fully got my head around it, but to make your TMR type mixture, you don't need everything in it. But I wonder if I need everything in it to get to 100% productivity. It would make sense. Alright, what I'm going to do is we have about half an hour left. I'm going to pull on in down here. I'm going to show, for those who have only just joined and caught my last episode on here, I'm going to show you the fix I've got so far for the silage to make the auto drive course work for it, or at least part of the auto drive course work for it. So I'll show you that. And once we've done that, and we might jump out of this save for a minute and go and have a look at the West Aussie 16X. You've modded Omatana's fermenting silo with Maize Plus. Oh, nice. There's some really nice ones. I showed them in the video. They're American fermenting silos, which are on Mod Hub, which would be great if they were Maize Plus. But these ones, JMF Modding did these ones. They seem to work really well. I think I just need to, was it Scooter suggested that enhanced production mod? I might put that in and see if I can up the production capacity. If I can do that, that'll be a good way to finish off the, finish that off. Wouldn't it be good if Maize Plus could automatically add that into those sort of things? But yeah, that planter worked well. I enjoyed that. Enjoyed using that little planter. Got through the field pretty quick. Tractor was great. We'll park this up here. The reason I'm parking these things over this side is so we can build our yard and not have things all in the way. Because most of the yard work's happening on the other side. Alright, let's pop over here. What would be funny? Yes, you'd show me. I'm looking forward to this. If they have 0%, they're optional. Right. That's what I still need to get my head around properly at. So, let's line this up straight. So what I've done, this blower is a slightly different model. This is by BSL Modding. And if I just show you in here, we did have this one. This was the one we were using, which worked well, did what it did, but the trigger just didn't quite work. This one here is the BSL Modding one. There's also, if anyone's interested, they did a case version. These were only released a couple of weeks ago. They popped up in the Christmas mod drops that all the modders brought out for us. But we bring this up here, go back to our, so we want our F23 weight, 203 weight, and stave silo. So we'll turn that on, click it to here. And this tractor was obviously the one we had the biggest issues with, because one, it wouldn't go past the blower, and two, the triggers weren't working on either of the trailers. But our first issue? Why is it not going past now? What? I bet you. Am I slightly over on the left of this course? Ever so slightly offset? Damn you, auto drive. Making me look bad. The joys of it all. Go back a little bit further. You can use them to be realistic, but the productivity won't change. Ah, gotcha. Plant corn on people's property. Probably would be. Cooking some onion rings and mini corn dogs for lunch. Nice, Ron. Sounds good. There we go. I must have just been off because of where I started the course a little bit. There we are. It worked. Like magic. So I'm pretty happy with that. And the other one works too. Right. Oops, I've just managed to change that. I've been driving around with the door open the whole time too, haven't I? Yeah. Can't remember which one controlled this door. I managed to get it closed the other day, anyhow. Oops, turning everything on. Right. Did I put a foot? No, I haven't. Nope, nothing to fix those yet. That's the other issue. Alright, so I think let's go and jump into West Aussie and take a look at that for a minute. So we're just going to save things here. Bear with me as we just jump across. I haven't even loaded it up, so I haven't looked at it at all. I literally downloaded it 2 minutes before the start of the stream and just threw it in this mod folder so I didn't have to change anything over. Right, quit out of there. Go and have a quick look. Right, jump in, new save, go on to new farmer. There it is, West Aussie 16X, continue that. I'm going to deselect all except for, we'll put easy dev in so we can go flying around and move around faster. And I did see a couple of comments that you couldn't buy the soil sampling for precision farming. Look there. Nice to see me using stock check. It's a default mod that goes into everything, Mark. Wouldn't be without it now. New Holland, New Zealand, this feels so Dutch. Making you feel at home. Alright, let's see how long this takes to load. First time into it. No mods loading in, so in fact I could have brought the... Can't even do that. Locked out. Oh, that's not good. The screen's gone grey. There we are. We'll have a look and see if we could bring the console up while it's loading. Probably missed all the other bits and pieces, but seeing any errors or anything so far, which is good. Added bunker silos into it for the next. Oh, awesome. Nice work, Mark. Well done. Here we are with 100%. So, here we are. This all looks very familiar, but very different all at the same time. Those sheds are fully open. So, let's have a look at the map. So it's quite a bit different, isn't it? Those fields are the same. I'm pretty sure the 16X last time cut off here. I can't remember if they had those fields up there or not now. Definitely had that field, so we worked in those two and that one there. Plus we did some contracts. In fact, that field feels bigger than that one there because we did some contracts in those ones. And then we started working this. I get the feeling it's slightly different. I have to compare it to the 19 version now. Got an animal dealer though, we didn't have that last time. Oh, and there's even a cow barn over there. Gas station down that way. There's a few things already I'm noticing different, which is cool. Let's have a look around the farmyard. So we've got the, have we put doors on here that work? Oh, there's buttons on those, so that's new. Opening doors on the workshop, which is cool. And I've got a workshop trigger in there too. That's awesome. Still the same workshop and everything, but that's good. You can drive through. You're not going to get, I suppose you get most equipment through that door, won't you? Pretty big. Let's go and have a look at the silos, because these look quite a lot different to the last ones as well. Because obviously last time you drove around them. This time it is a through complex. You got, what, 5 big silos on that side. Oh, so it's a GSI complex, so does that mean it is a production? Right, so we've got dried corn in there. That's a new thing. Dried corn there by default, so we've got propane and dried corn as an output. And that's all the storage. How much volume? Oh, it doesn't show there. I wonder if I can use this somewhere. The replaceables, production... Farm owned, fill level, input, fill levels maximum. Let's see if that just filled it up or not. Here we go, 10 million litres. 10 million litres of everything. That's a decent amount of storage as well. Which is cool. Alright, what else is there to look at? So you've got a drive through complex. Can't go around that way, so you drive through and go out this side. And here we go, what's this? This must be a, is this anhydrous? Or prano, that'd be the propane point for the dryer. Why not? It will be. So let's have a look at our fill types in here. Does have anhydrous already in it, that's cool. Propane, anhydrous and dried corn are our 3 new ones. So I've only got easy Devon, so I haven't added anything. Flint Hills resources. Wonder where this came from. I didn't even notice, but it is. It's the Flint Hills dryer, but I think that's been added in. Interesting. Okay. Let's go and have a look around. We might just speed things up here a little bit. We won't go too fast. We'll turn that on. Alright, so last time we had these 2 big barns, or 2 big sheds. But they weren't drive-through, they were closed on one end, or half closed, and so you can actually almost see they've duplicated them, a different texture there. Or stretched them, or scaled them, or something like that, but they are now a big drive-through, which is actually probably easier if you wanted to auto-drive and that sort of thing, because you can just come in and drive through. You fell for the bait, hook, line, and sinker there, Chinook. Hook, line, and sinker. But yeah, those are drive-through, which is nice. You can come the whole way around. This is still the same, no kangaroos, unfortunately. I did just see a deer there. Deer. That barn's the same barn that's always been there. You can't get out into the field through it, or you could. And then we've got the big shed here, which looks all exactly the same as the last one. Open sides on all of it. That door open? That's a new door. It doesn't look like it's going to open, does it? That's all the same. What? That's our diesel. Oh no, liquid fertilizer trigger. Herbicide. Nice, I like that. And then the diesel must be this one here. Yep. Good. I like that. Another little shed over here. This is the wash bay, isn't it? Does it have a... Needs a sponge. Needs a bucket and a sponge because it doesn't have a... Doesn't have a power wash. We'll just have to get the bucket and sponge out. And then around the back here, this is the third of the shed, so it's the same again, isn't it? Drive through. Can you go out and around? No. You could make yourself a little course or something around there. Still got the trailer park. Still throw a snag on the barbie. And then down to the house. The house is looking a little bit different. Oh no, it's the garage, isn't it? The house is past. This is all the same. Aussie flag there. Very good. Windmill up there too. Rusty old windmill. So pretty much all the same, but slightly different. And I kind of like those sheds being a bit different. And I like the fact doors are on there. Silo complex, again, that'll do what it does. And we've still got the shed around here too. The North Foreland cool gas and a decorative Peterbilt. And a few vehicles parked around. What's that? Is that an M5? Looks like a Navara. Nissan. Is it or not? No, maybe not from the front. A couple of vehicles parked over here too. Oh, one there as well. The old transit van. Suzuki. Skoda. Audi. Sure. Dodge Ram, was it? Kegs. Alright, so that's the main farm. Let's do the old magic flying. And go and have a look at that. Flight mode on. That field feels shorter, but it's probably just the perspective. And I'm going to have to go back and check on 2019 whether those fields went all the way out there. I kind of have a feeling they did. I just never got to exploring them. But everything else, you know, the way the fields all link in, that's all feels very familiar. I'll go down this way because there's a gas station I wanted to go and have a look at, which I don't think was in the last version. I've been playing on Farmer Bob's version. He didn't do a 16x version though, did he? It was the 4x one. Appropriate that there was a 4x version on Western Australia. That feels slow. We are on a 16x map. Go your full speed. Full speed ahead. That is the link that goes through. That was the same as always there. What's the crossing like? You just drive through the stream. Haven't seen any traffic on the roads yet, which would be nice. 16x version did. This feels like a big truck. This feels like a big road train truck stop type thing, doesn't it? Plenty of space there to fuel up your road trains. Big parking base. I like that. That's pretty cool. It's a little bit of detail. Of course, your road train can't go anywhere because the road crews are still working on the road. Trees in the middle. Right. I make you all nauseous by moving around too fast. Also, nothing pre-planted on the fields. And what season are we in? We are... They done the calendar. December, January, February, summer. And June, July, August, winter. So that's interesting that that's worked, because I noticed in Southern Cross Station it had switched back at some point. And I don't know why. Definitely feels very much the same as the last version, this 19 version. Random dog in the middle of the field. Just going to have a look over this way at the main sell points and everything. But otherwise, it's just, it is what it is. It's a big farm, big fields. In fact, I didn't put the, oh, you own everything. And, oh, you can sell them independently. That's nice. Last time you couldn't sell independently. But you start off by owning everything. But I don't have advanced. So I guess that means there'll be no contracts. Won't be as tight as Carmston. No, it certainly wouldn't be. Alright, let's have a look here. Just turn that speed down a little bit again. Right, so last time we've got a sell point there, so which one is that? That might be Grain Pit 1. Got It's a lime station. Grain pit 2. Grain trading. Ah, so the lime station's a lime heap. Hey, I like that. That's kind of cool. And we've got the grain pit 2 over there. What's the grain trading? Ah, that one there. So there's 3 different grain pits you can sell at. So to make fun for auto drive going around there, which we did obviously last time. Main entry in all looks the same. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us, Ryan. Nice to see you back, mate. Hope all is well. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. And hope to catch you in another stream. Right, shop there, same as last time. I'm assuming this is bale sale point. Animal dealer. Which I will guess is things like straw. Yeah, straw, grass, hay. Wool. No sell point for wool. No sell point for cotton. That's interesting. Last time this was got a cotton sell point over here. Doesn't seem to be one in there at the moment. Otherwise this all looks strangely familiar. No fill points over this side of the map. There's an anhydrous buy point down further, propane buy point, and a gas station at the back. Right, all through here. So, propane, anhydrous, and fuel, all in there. It's kind of nice that it's all tucked away. And then we've got the other grain sell point in here, which is this one. Cargo train. Oh. So all very familiar. Big fields though. We spent some time on this one before. Used the were they shellborne stripper headers in this one. Now, there's an animal dealer over here. Let's go and see if we can find that. Tell you what, you want to have your auto driving courseplay game on point to be doing this map. I promise you that. And that'll be the biggest test, is how friendly it is with those mods. Need to get the Zell's planter modified as well. Alright, this looks like the animal dealer, which is a nice addition to have back in here, because there wasn't one in 19. Lots of space around them. I mean, there's plenty of space in the map to be able to have space, but lots of space around there, which is good. Some sounds, some static animals. The old Larson's livestock auction. Larson's livestock are obviously a global livestock auction trader because they have been on just about every map I've looked at. Right, what was the last thing? There was an animal pen down here, I thought, wasn't there? When I first logged in. Was there not a cow barn down here? Did I manage to sell something that meant we didn't own it anymore? Ah, wrong map. There we go. On the helper map. Are they actual cows? You start off with some animals? You do. What do you start out with on here? 79 Holsteins and 1 Brown Swiss. Interesting they chose dairy though to start with. But you have a, what is that, a grass pasture there too. Dairy barn. Cattle pasture. And access to it from down that way. Guessing which is when we're looking back on the map. I should have the mini map up and do this. Yeah, straight back down the road and back down that way. Is there a map boundary? Let's go and find out. Like a collision on the border, Legion. Seems like it. I did. It's just the best way to find out is running. Nope. Nope, doesn't seem to be a collision on the edge of the map. We're now going to fall into the abyss of the Western Australia. So that's I'm pretty happy with it. I'm quite liking the look of that. And the nice little refreshing changes apart from that map border, which you've pointed out there. Could be a good little map. Good little map. Nothing little about it. It's huge. A good map to play on. All very familiar, but also nice and new. So there we are, Western Australia 16x. There's a link there, Facebook, Camille 1997 Rock 1. Go and find it. I'll share it on my Facebook page as well. So if you are interested, go and have a look at that. But yeah, I like the idea of setting it up as a server Chinook. That might be even one that I try and play on a Wednesday night with the Australian crowd. Set something up, because it will take a long time to do anything. But that's what we liked about it, wasn't it? We're trying to automate things. I'm trying to remember now, was courseplay... Current courseplay only allows you to have 6 tools running at once, doesn't it? If you have multiple tools, so be interesting. But there we are. I think that's a perfect point to finish things off. We've got to 9 o'clock. We've been going around 2 hours. We did what we wanted to do on Chilliwack. That quickly, so I don't get the big long eye. Map was good on, but on the server the lag was terrible. The file size was what, 700 meg to download, so it's big, but it's not too big, and a lot of that's probably the models, I would imagine. So we'll have to wait and see. Server will be up by the end of the day. Nice. I like your work, Chinook. But in about a few hours. Cool. Oh, that'll be good. So we'll get things set up and might even do a stream on it on Wednesday night. Anyhow, perfect time to wrap things up. Thanks everyone. Good to be back. Pleased to be able to catch up with you all, and great to have so many of you in here today. Make sure you've dropped a thumbs up if you haven't already. Make sure you leave a like on the video, and go and check out the other videos on Chilliwack if you haven't already. And I'm looking forward to 2023. Who knows what we're going to be doing, where we're going to end up. Hopefully we're going to end up at FarmCon in the middle of the year. So we'll keep an eye out on how things go for that. And if you haven't entered the screenshot competition, make sure you jump into Discord or Facebook and leave an entry on that. I'd love to see some more. We've had some great ones already, but certainly would love to see what you could all come up with. So with that said, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks all for hanging out today, and I will catch you in the next one.